Hello everyone, this is Angela from Antoinette Plans, and today I'll be doing a flip through of my September bullet journal as well as an October bullet journaling setup. So this is like a very long time since I did a flip through. Have I ever done one before? I'm not sure, but yeah. So here's my bullet journal from Notebook Therapy. By the way, I love this cover. Yeah, so I didn't actually show you guys like clearly what I did for August as well, so I might as well just go through. So on this page, I kind of just used washi, some craft paper, like what's this, scrapbook paper, and I kind of just pasted all the elements up onto the page, and that's it. This is like a really last minute fast setup, and I didn't actually make a lot of spreads. This is really just a cover page and then the weeklies. So for the weekly, I have been doing this for 2 months straight, and I kind of like this method. The only downside is that I can't add more items in the day if I figured that I needed to do more stuff, or like I needed like reminders for more stuff that is not already in the plans. So yeah, that's because I kind of do like the whole week at one go as per normal, and the thing is I can't add anything at the bottom because it's kind of seamless. So 2nd of August is like this long, and right away I put the 3rd of August at the bottom, and they're all seamless and attached to each other, that there's no space for me to write any new items. So that's but I still stuck with 1 week in a spread, I think. No, I didn't. It's 1 week in 3 pages, and then for this new week, 16 to 22nd August, it's also 3 pages. Hold on, what is going on? Oh my god, I don't remember. Oh, there you go. So 9 to 15 starts here. This is a really messy spread, and then 16 to 22nd is this page, and 23rd to 29 is here. Yeah, but in August I had lots of photos printed out. I had lots of memories that I made and I wanted to record, so it's obvious that this is like a after the week spreads, after the month spread. Actually, I kind of planned in a small notebook and I just transferred it all over here. So it's in September where I actually made a setup, made all my different spreads, and planned normally as I did before. That's because I am a little bit freer in September. Yeah. So this is the watercolor piece that I did before, and yeah, my friends were angry that I say friends were supposed to be encouraging anyway, but you know what? They are. So okay. Anyway, this is my September spreads after the pen. At the end of September, it's actually 27th of September today, and I kind of did almost all of everything. At least my tracking is great, at least it's happening, but I didn't journal at all for the whole month at a rate. But I started eating cleaner at the second half of the month, so the green starts like on the 3rd week. Working out kind of stopped when my body felt exhausted in this week. Yep, so I kind of gave it up for a while. Well, sleeping for 8 hours is a little bit hard to achieve, especially if I sleep late or I wake early for working out or like some other stuff. And I feel like I finish work so late, and when I reach home it's kind of late already. And if I want to sleep for 8 hours and still wake up at 5 a.m. for working out, I need to sleep at 9 or 10, and it's just not happening. It's 2 hours where I can do my own thing, and it's just too little. I needed more time, and yeah, basically I sleep close to 6 to 7 hours mostly, which is the 3/4 done here. Sometimes I don't sleep even 2 hours. I guess that's the red color here, but mostly it's 6 to 7 hours. But I did have some days where I slept a full 8 hours. That's an improvement, I guess. I missed some of my skincare routine on some of the days, especially in the 3rd week, but I think mostly it was quite okay. I was quite good with it. My YouTube is still kind of unplanned and impromptu and very ad hoc, and I'm sorry if you can hear the rain. It's really loud, but at least my room is not like shooting sunlight in my eyes, so that's fine. Yeah, so this is blank because I didn't have time to plan anything, and yeah, you see how unproductive I am in a month. Okay, so for TV shows, I have finished Lucifer. It was great, it was funny. Probably will watch it again sometime soon. And then I watched this Street Dance in China. Recently they had the 7th episode on the last Saturday. It was great. Kind of boring though. I wanted to watch all the dancing and competitions and the interactions between the dancers of different countries, but it was kind of more of a get together kind of episode, and they just kind of had fun, and it's not my I just don't want to see that in a street dance show. Yeah, they do have some dancing, but it wasn't serious, so it wasn't like a very wow kind of dance. So yeah, it was just kind of a fun episode, which I guess some fans like, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so on the horoscope page, I just kind of wrote down quotes that I liked from this app called Co-Star, and yeah, I kind of love it. These are all quotes that I took from the chart of my own horoscope. So apparently this month I am very conflicted between self-control and repression. So right at the top I wrote self-control versus repression, and a lot of it is about caring for others, lifting their spirits, lifting my own spirits, helping people in need. Apparently I have supernatural grace. That was great, so I wrote it like really big. There's this one very important quote that says first one foot then the other, which I think is really important because I tend to jump straight to the end for a lot of things, and maybe I should take it slow, take the process in, kind of just slowly work towards the end instead of like jumping straight to it. Yeah. Okay, so my meal planning kind of sucked. I did well for this week. Apparently I actually didn't do any for the first 3 weeks, but that's let's just do better the next few weeks. Yep. Okay, so for September I didn't manage to tick a lot of things because I ticked them in the other notebook which I planned in, and yeah, I haven't filled in these pages yet, so maybe I'll fill in later, or maybe I'll just leave it. I don't know. I'm not like completely sure what I'm going to do. Yeah, so that's the September spread. And before I move on to the October setup, I just wanted to show you this thing. So because I've been going into watercoloring a lot more recently, well, it's going to be 2 spreads in a row already. I mean 2 months in a row where I did a watercolor piece, and I feel like it's something I'm interested in, and I might like go into it a lot more. So I got this paper, watercolor papers. It's not exactly like a watercolor notebook or like a scrapbook or something, or sketchbook, like those books that we usually buy for watercoloring. These are like actual cards that's 5 by 7, and they fit into the book really nicely. So this is what I wanted. I've been watercoloring on random pieces of paper. I got this watercolor notebook from Archer and Olive, and It's great, but I feel like the paper isn't absorbing the watercolor that well. So I was thinking I should try some actual like cotton paper. Yep. So I got this and it fits really well into the books. Its size is like just perfect, and yeah, I was thinking maybe I should do this for November because I already did the October piece. Yeah. So October Bujo setup is coming up in a few seconds, and I'll see you there. Bye. Hey, so I'll be watercoloring a haunted mansion, which I have gotten feedback that it didn't look haunted or like a mansion, but it's okay, I guess. It's my first time drawing something so detailed, and I took away all the details, so that's fine. Yeah, so anyway, according to my dad, watercoloring shouldn't be bothered with the lines too much, but I am trying very hard to color within the lines, and I think it irks him or something. Yeah, but anyway, I have a friend who told me that my haunted mansion looks very gothic, and I think that satisfies me, so that's a good thing, a plus in this department. Yep. So anyway, here's me trying to mix the colors. I'm trying to use dark kind of horror story colors, dark purple, dark gray, dark brown, and along the way I figured I want to use bronze and maybe like blood colors, but I think I kind of failed in that department. So yeah, I drew this haunted house by searching for illustration on Pinterest, and then I stared at it as I drew. I took away a lot of the difficult details because I'm not using my iPad and I can zoom in and out, switch in and out, use layers, just kind of have my eraser and my pencil, and I didn't realize how difficult it is to draw with a pen and a pencil. I mean, a pencil and a paper. So yeah, it's a challenge. And I realized I can't draw like the bronze statue at the top with more details because of how thick the pencil lead is. Well, at least in my iPad, I get to zoom in and use like thinner pencil streaks, and yeah, it's a lot easier to draw online. I mean, on a device than on paper, and it's an entirely different medium. And I think I learned that more practice is needed. Yep. So yeah, here's me trying to shade with watercolor and it's not working. Either I haven't waited long enough for the paint to dry and I didn't layer it properly, or I used too little water to control the flow more precisely. So along the way I realized that having more water is easier than having less water, because I can remove the water by going through the illustration again with my brush. But when there's too little water and I've already like kinda went through the drawing once with my brush, it stays, and the next time I go through it again it dries too quickly and I'm layering instead of fixing it. So having more water fixes the drawing easier. Well, after I've done the whole face of the mansion, I am at a dilemma with what colors I want to do. I actually have no idea what those different shapes are. I just drew them as I see on the picture that I see on Pinterest, and there's triangles, rectangles. I have no idea if they are ledges, rooftops, or like just random designs on the outside of the mansion, and it's giving me a headache, so I'm just kind of like choosing colors and filling them in as if they were shapes and random things in the house. So it's confusing me a little bit, but I think it turned out okay. So as you can see, my setup is a little bit different. There's tissue on the left because it's the second day of my drawing, and it kind of frustrates me because I stopped coloring after a while and there were some colors that I'm not done using. But when I reactivate the watercolor, it becomes a little bit different. It's a little bit more watery because I have to add water to reactivate the color, and when I try to mix the color back, like put more paint in to make it more saturated, it became too saturated, and again it's the wrong color. So I just couldn't get like the correct color, and luckily the first round was really light, especially the gray on the face of the mansion. So I just kind of went over the whole drawing again to make that more uniform. So this is me trying to use blood red on these different surfaces of the house, and in the end it became a more pastel, like reddish pink, very bright, very upbeat, not gothic or haunted at all. So yeah, I think I was the most successful at shading with this statue at the top. I wanted to use like a bronzy, dirty metal chrome color, and it ended up become kind of yellowish. And yeah, but at least I did some shading on the wings and the ears of the weird statue, which wasn't even drawn very well in my opinion, but well, you get the idea. So I used the red on the eyes and the black or grey as the mouth, and I kind of just went with it. So yeah, I finished the mansion in 2 days, which is pretty long in my opinion actually, and I didn't have any idea how to do the sky. My concern is that it's going to be the same color as the mansion, and it's just not going to, like, if they overlap each other, you won't be able to see the house. You know, you would see like purple roofs and random red walls and a yellow statue, and I don't know how it's going to work out, but I tried. So I mixed like a lighter color of the gray using black paint again, and I used water and spread it around the background of the drawing instead of like painting it normally by already having color on the brush. I'm just kind of spreading water onto the drawing and dotting random dots of paint over, and tilting the paper so it moves by itself in the water, in the areas where there are water I already like put. So yeah, that's how I drew my watercolor haunted mansion. One last thing, I had to go over it with a pen with like the antennas, and I actually thought about going through the outline of mansion with a pen, but I decided to just not do it. But I wanted to draw like a moon and some stars. The moon is really great. I love this new pen that I got from Archer and Olive on a promotion. It's the fall set of the acrylograph, and yeah, that's the end of my watercoloring experience. So right after I finished my watercoloring, I started to do my October bullet journal setup. So what's happening is I had the idea of cutting out a frame and like making a frame Dutch door thing, and I think it worked out pretty well. There was a flaw though. I forgot the other side of the fences. So yeah, I drew this brick wall, so I did it with pencil first, then I went over it with Tombow pens. I love the color, by the way. So yeah, I took kind of 3 different browns out from my Tombow collection, and I filled in each brick, making sure I drew the outline of each brick and coloring it in, because I want to separate the bricks. I didn't want them to be one huge chunk of this color. Yeah, I think it makes it a lot more like realistic, and you can see the bricks a lot easier instead of when I just color the whole thing together. After coloring in the bricks, I started to fill in the outline with darker brown, and that looks like the cement, or the, what do you call it, those things between bricks that sticks them together. Pretty sure it's cement, but I don't know. Yeah, so I'm going through that with my darker brown. I think it makes it look a lot better, especially because I already have the bricks and their little white specks in between all the bricks, and that's kind of cool. So I think I'm pretty satisfied with this fence. What I didn't realize is when I flip this fence on the other side, I mean after I cut out the top part of this page, I realized that it didn't look that great when I look on the other side. So after I flip this fence over, I will see like the drawing on the right side along with this cutout Dutch door back of the fence at the bottom, and the drawings didn't match. So I should have thought of that, but I didn't. I kind of just went ahead and created my next spreads without thinking about this other side of the Dutch door, so kind of sad about that. Probably will be more careful in the next month that I try to do this kind of thing again. Yep, so I drew this fence. I'm pretty excited about the fence. I did a couple of different drafts, different designs for the fence. I looked up a lot of different illustrations, some with really complicated, intricate patterns at the bottom of the fence, some with taller spikes, some with lots of horizontal lines, and I decided to go with this really simple design with just spikes and a straight line down, and it's held together by a surrounding huge piece of metal. That's because I wanted to kind of add the word October 2021 amongst the fence, inspired by Charlotte's Web actually, but I didn't know I was inspired by that until I drew a spider web in the next few spreads. So yeah, use this really cool scissors to cut out the top part of the page. Scissors is from Paper Gang, by the way, I forgot which month, and I just kind of wrote down the October month on the back. So what you see is the back of the Dutch door and my next design. So on this page I kind of drew a really weird thing, and it didn't fit into the theme at all. What I'm trying to do here in this month is to just randomly draw all things I think about in October, Halloween, horror nights, and I have this really sad thing happening where I planned a trip to the Universal Studios Horror Night 2021, and the cases of COVID-19 in Singapore spiked, and we had an increase of restrictions, and I guess we might have to postpone the trip, or like the day of fun, and it's kind of making me really angry and sad, and oh well. Yeah, so this is a way for me to kind of vent my frustrations. So I use my Tombow pens. I didn't really plan to color in my drawings. I planned to just kind of outline it like normal, how I drew stuff, but I colored in the sea and I realized that, oh, I want to color in the fish skeleton and the sand at the bottom with some leaves and plants. So yeah, a sunbathing skeleton, a fish bone skeleton, and a weird house on a cliff in a potion bottle. That's my weird Halloween theme. Yep. So for the monthly overview, this I didn't even know I was going to do this. I kind of just drew a huge spider web as the background. I wanted to just draw like normal boxes or paste kind of squares, stickers, using other paper or sticky notes. But it turned out that the spider web is so huge that I found out that there's 7 columns and squares or the little compartments are big enough as a day in a calendar. So I just numbered them and it turned out pretty great. I loved it. It's pretty dimensional and new and something unexpected, and I love it. Yeah, so this next page is a movie page. I realized that there's a lot of movies coming out. I'm looking forward to Black Widow in Disney Plus. I'm hoping it's out in October. I missed the movie, so I want to watch it in Disney Plus. I want to go watch Eternals. I'm hoping it's out in October. Is it? I don't remember. Some other movies that I want to watch is, oh no, I forgot. I don't remember, but I don't know. Okay, but anyway, I wanted to continue watching Street Dance of China, which I talked about quite a bit at the start of this video. Then I created the playlist spread, which I just randomly drew a ghost wearing a headphone, didn't try to color it in, and a spiderweb playlist font, hoping it looks like a spider web, but I probably should have drawn the actual web instead of just a thread, but I think it looks great anyway. Okay, so this is the goals page, and you can actually see the word goals because the blue is so bright, and I think that's the look I'm going for. I wanted it to look like a window with night sky and you can see the stars, and looking at the video right now you can actually only see the stars, so it looks like constellations, but in my book I ran over it with a pen and I joined the stars to make up the word goals. It looked kind of great from the video point of view, so I'm pretty happy with it. So the next page is my tracker page, habit trackers, and I decided to draw a wolf howling. I realized that the moon is a little bit too bright, it's too orangey, which I guess it's okay with the color since it contrasted the black really well, but a bit too bright I think. But I guess that's okay. So I used this stencil that I have and I drew some ribbons as the headers for the habit tracking, and I decided to try these couple things: my workout, journaling, which I didn't do the previous month, eating 1,200 calories per day every day for the month, sleeping 8 hours, and doing my skincare, which I did today, by the way. Yay! So yeah, these are things that I want to work on, and hopefully I will have a lot of green colors on this page. Yep. The last part is the hand method, the word habit, and I kind of messed it up a little bit. My B is too thick, and I accidentally drew a little bit out of the line for the T, so I had to go over it quite a bit. It looked pretty messy, but I think it's forgivable. Yep. Alright, so the next page is actually tracking my sleep. I even though I created like a habit tracker for sleeping 8 hours, I realized that it's not that accurate because I could sleep at 4 a.m. and wake up at 2 p.m. I still slept 8 hours. Is that 8 hours, 4 a.m. to 2 p.m.? I think that's 10 hours. Maybe 4 p.m. to, I don't know, 12 p.m. 12 noon? Yeah, that's 8 hours. So yeah, that's still not that healthy, so I want to kind of try and sleep at 10, 11, a more healthy, normal, usual sleeping time, and make it to 8 hours. I think that's the goal here. Well, the last page is the social media page, and I'm hoping it could track my social media: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Hopefully I can gain subscribers. Yeah, so I drew a skeleton hand holding cards, which in my mind I was trying to figure out what social would be like for skeletons, but I guess playing cards counts, so that's social media for me. Yep. So that is my October bullet journaling spreads. I hope you guys like it, and please subscribe if you're interested, and I'm looking forward to more videos. And the next Plan With Me, which is the first week of October, is going to be out soon. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!